Hey everyone, this is Kenny Connolly, and I want to introduce you to my friend Erin English. She is a ministry leader that I've known for many years, and she oversees preschool at an amazing church. Let me have Erin introduce herself to you. Go ahead, Erin.
Yes, Erin English. My role is Kids Ministry Director, overseeing birth through kindergarten, so early childhood, in Lenexa, Kansas, at a church called Westside Family Church. I have been married for 20 years to my college sweetheart, and we have 4 kids from the ages of 6 to 19, so wide age range there.
That's awesome. Well, Erin, thank you so much for doing this. I'd love for you to share your 3 ideas or practices that have helped you in ministry and helped you bring success and effectiveness to specifically the world of preschool. So go ahead and share those with us.
Absolutely. So these first 2 are ministry boosts that I've seen a lot of leverage with in our ministry. So the first one is what I call Barenaked classrooms, but hang with me for a minute. So a couple of years ago, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, we moved to a small group, large group ministry model for our preschool and kindergarten students. And we created a large group space for us to do large group in, and then we just called our classrooms small group rooms. And what I realized probably almost a year into it is that our small group environments still looked a lot like a classroom, like a typical preschool classroom. And so we decided, what if we cleared out our classrooms, so the blocks and the home living, the kitchen, the baby dolls, and just supplied our leaders with enough, with what they needed specifically to teach the basic truth or Bible story for that day. Now, it was a little scary, and we had really incredible environments that if we never added anything to, the kids would have had a ton of fun just playing. So we started with just one of our 9 classrooms and cleared it out and kind of got those leaders on board. And the only thing we added were 2 small group rugs and then the games and activities for the lesson that day. And within a month, we realized we needed to do this across the board. What it went to was really focusing on the most important thing in preschool ministry, which is relationships and the gospel. So that was our first ministry boost. Our second ministry boost was adding or creating a monthly orientation for potential new leaders, or specifically parents. We kind of go after both. If we have somebody organically just decide that they want to serve in preschool ministry, we have this 15-minute orientation on the last Sunday of the month. We serve snacks. We do a 2-minute video that we've actually gotten from Orange that kind of casts the vision for, if a 4-year-old knows that God loves them, will it matter when they're 14 or when they're 24? So it's a little 2-minute video that does a beautiful job of talking about the importance of preschool ministry. And then we kind of unpack what a ministry hour looks like for a preschool student, highlighting the small group leader. But in that, we also share that for our small group leaders, when they come in, we want them to focus again on the relationship and the gospel. So we have everything prepared for them as far as the lesson, the application activities, and all the tools and games that they'll need, which then helps me roll into kind of the other roles and opportunities available for people to serve in ministry, from prep and setup to pull and looking over the lesson and making sure everything's ready for our small group and large group leaders. So the reason that we did that was it gave us a great opportunity. I know I can cast a compelling vision for why preschool ministry is so important and kids ministry is the most influential mission field in the world, but I needed a captive audience. And this was an easy way to say, tap on a shoulder on Sunday morning when I'm talking to a family in the hallway and say, hey, just come and hear more about what your kids are experiencing during their ministry hour. I also made little postcards that I was able to give to our team leaders and our coaches and even our other small group leaders, asking them, you invite somebody, you know somebody I don't, and you know what a blessing it is to serve in preschool ministry, invite them to come hear more about what we're doing. So that's been a huge ministry boost, and we've seen our volunteer team grow quite a bit just from providing that opportunity for people to come hear more. And then my last ministry boost, this one is the one I'm currently working on, and it's communication, which is kind of a moving target. And what I've realized, particularly I've noticed this first with our teens, we really are intentional about helping students mobilize their faith by participating in ministry and serving in the preschool ministry, and they don't use email a lot. And personally, I don't like email. So, and communication, I've realized over the years, is kind of a moving target. But we're really looking for different ways. First, what are we going to communicate, and then how are we going to communicate it? And we want to be able to get our lessons in front of our leaders. I know that if a leader has looked over the lesson, they know what to expect and what's coming in order for them to focus on the relationship. So we're looking for different ways to equip the leaders with the lesson, teens and adults, without using email. So we're almost like, unless it's something that, information that we need them to go back to as far as an event or something coming up, we're really getting away from email altogether. So we've created a leader website page where we can post encouragements, but also our lessons, and leaders can go there whenever they want to get the lessons. We're also using a Facebook page for leaders. That's leaders only. So it's a private group where we post the lessons and different encouragements and things. I've actually gotten a leader that way too. A parent saw the West Side Kids Facebook page and requested to be added, and I had just a conversation saying, hey, that's for leaders, but I'd love to talk to you more about what it means to lead in preschool ministry, and we recruited a leader that way. But then also texting. I know if you want to get a hold of me, the best thing to do is to text me, because then I can get to it when it's convenient for me. So we just text the link to that leader website that we've created, and the lesson pops up on their phone, and they're more likely to get to it. Now, with all of that said, we want to get the lesson in front of the leaders, but this goes back to what we're communicating. We are giving them the lesson, but we are also super intentional about continually defining the win. It is not, while the goal is to get the lesson in front of the leader, the goal is not the lesson itself. The goal is for them to build relationships and share the gospel, and the lesson is a tool towards that end. So while we're looking for new ways to get it in front of them, we're also remembering to cast the vision that the relationship that you build with your preschooler will be the glue that binds the biblical truth to their heart. So that's your goal. And if we don't do that, everybody wants to win. If we aren't casting the vision that the win is the relationship, a leader will just default to, well, they've given me a lesson, so the win is going to be getting through the lesson. And that, again, is just a tool towards the goal of building relationships. So it's how we communicate and what we communicate. We're sending the lesson, but we're also sharing that vision of you showing up and building a relationship is what is most important.
That's amazing. Those are great. Thank you, Erin, so much for sharing those 3 boosts. I know that's going to help a lot of people. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.
Thanks. Bye, Kenny.
All right, bye.